Welcome to this video demonstration of the Entertainment Company's GoTalk Now app available on the Apple iPad. This presentation has been developed for a 10-year-old female with Down syndrome. It has been reported that the client's speech is not easily comprehensible, and she has been utilizing the GoTalk Now app with a 9-location field display. The client's use and familiarity of the program has resulted in success for her while participating in school activities. Therefore, her speech-language therapist has decided to increase to a 16-location display, which may facilitate the formation of longer and more meaningful sentences.
Laptop workshop.
It was reported that the client is motivated to communicate using the GoTalk Now app, and she has demonstrated the ability to understand a 2-step navigational process to locate vocabulary. In an effort to expand the client's ability utilizing the GoTalk Now program, 3 communication displays have been tailored to meet activities favored by the client. These are computers, dancing, and music. The client has been observed to understand the function of common objects. She has also been working on her vocabulary acquisition of verbs through identification of actions in pictures. This element remains a target for therapy and has been incorporated in each activity's display. For example, you will recognize that in the laptop workshop, which is being shown right now, the verb need depicts a young student raising her hand to alert the teacher.
Need.
In the dance class display,
Dance class.
the verb jump reflects a young girl in the act of jumping, along with an arrow pointing upward.
Jump.
And finally, in the music appreciation display,
Music appreciation.
the verb listen presents a young girl cupping her hand beside her ear.
Listen.
Upon moving from one display board to the next, you will hear the activity announced, and a picture is also denoted beside the visual label. The vocabulary for the GoTalk Now app could be formatted with a synthesized voice. However, I felt the closest I could get to matching the client's voice would be the most empowering and educationally beneficial while she utilizes the program. My 12-year-old niece was generous in donating her voice to all of the recordings, with some being recorded in a tone matching the situational context. So I'm going to demonstrate as we shift from each display.
Dance class.
Here you heard dance class, and it is denoted with the picture beside it. And back to the next display.
Music appreciation.
The design of each activity display's communication board has a consistency maintained across all of its vocabulary. The core words are all encased in yellow boxes. Pronouns include I, you, she, we, and a few designations for teacher. I'll demonstrate a couple of them.
I. She. Music teacher. Dance class.
And in the dance class display, the teacher is known as the instructor. So
Instructor.
all extended vocabulary, including verbs or action words, are represented in green boxes. All the different nouns are featured in blue boxes, and adjectives are outfitted in orange boxes. I will now demonstrate a phrase from each activity display to represent how the client may utilize the app to convey her intentions and needs. So we're going to cycle back to the beginning of the first display, the laptop workshop.
Laptop workshop.
So here, the client is looking to search something, search a topic while in this after-school workshop. So,
I. Search. Online.
and moving to the next display.
Dance class.
Here, the client may need help from her instructor in participating in one of the 4 chosen types of dance. So we chose ballet, Zumba, hip hop, and salsa, right? So
Instructor. Help. Jump. Zumba.
So I chose the 4 separate kinds of dances because ballet is more of a slow and focused art. Zumba, and hip hop kind of all over the place, right? And salsa is way more coordinated. I chose these 4 adjectives that would accompany the forms of dance for movements backwards and forwards, and moving slowly and moving quickly, and so on. And onto the last page.
Music appreciation.
Music appreciation. Denoted by our icon here, all the music notes. Perhaps the client is looking to listen to a different form of music. So we have harmonica, violin, simply humming along, and the piano. So herself and somebody else.
We. Listen. Piano.
So perhaps the instructor was playing the piano and they were listening as the tune was moving along, right? So as the client progresses, more tile locations could be added to allow for an increased vocabulary and detailed conversation while utilizing the GoTalk Now app, which could include other lexicons from categories such as prepositions, modal verbs, and more adjectives. In addition, once the client acclimates to an increased level of use, the program has a quick core vocabulary button that allows for the insertion of up to 4 keywords or phrases that the client could access at any time without needing to actually navigate between pages. Just to serve as an example of this function, I equipped the list with frequently used pronouns. So right here, I believe it's this, yes. So I equipped it with I. Here, let's let the voice go.
I. She. You. We.
Okay, so these same words could then be replaced with different extended vocabulary that fits the context for each activity page. Close that. Also, a home page could also be furbished with categorical icons that could snap to an entire page with corresponding vocabulary. And finally, once the client is forming complete multi-word sentences and has graduated to a level of functionality with the application, there is an extended express bar feature that could be activated for each display page. This bar will appear at the top of each page when enabled, which will allow the client to form quick sentences by swiping or snapping between pages and selecting their desired vocabulary, and then can easily present the entire sentence auditorily with a tap of the bar. So I can actually demonstrate this. I think, no, I have to go into editor. So if I was in page editor, I'd go into this page options and enable express page, which was pretty cool, I thought. So let's close that. And so that's it for my video demonstration. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a few things about the GoTalk Now app.